For the last 5 months, I am working in Saptari district of Nepal, and in the last 5 months, I have treated like 4 to 5 cases of herpes zoster, and all patients were elderly patients above 50 years of age. So I have not seen even a single case who were younger than 50 years of age. So that's why zoster, herpes zoster is common in elderly age group. Not that much very common, but it is common. You know, this VGB virus, varicella zoster virus, hides in the ganglia, in the nerve root ganglia, and it can manifest at any time, especially when patient is immunosuppressed or stressed, right? Then this virus travels from the ganglia along the nerve root and it inflames the whole nerve, right? It can inflame any nerve, like there is trigeminal ganglia, right? And this is ophthalmic division, this is maxillary division, and this is mandibular division of nerve. So it can go along this nerve and it can inflame the whole nerve. And this ophthalmic division even supplies the conjunctiva, cornea, so it can inflame the cornea as well, right? It can involve the eye. If it tracks along this nerve, it can inflame whole this area, right? The whole nerve is inflamed. And I have also seen cases of herpes zoster along intercostal nerve. So in these in the lower side of ribs there is intercostal nerve. So traveling from back to the front in the sternum, this whole nerve can get inflamed. And when there is inflammation on the skin, you can see vesicular eruptions, right? And patient will complain of severe pain because it is nerve pain, and nerve pain is very painful, right? So when any patient presents with nerve pain, neuritic pain or vesicles, within 72 hours we give antiviral treatment like valacyclovir. I generally prescribe valacyclovir rather than acyclovir because valacyclovir has only 3 times dosing, but acyclovir patient has to take 5 times daily, right? Because its half-life is short, and that's why you have to give frequently 5 times a day. But valacyclovir you can give only 3 times daily because its half-life is little longer. So I generally use valacyclovir, but in pregnant patients generally acyclovir is given. I have not managed any pregnant patients with zoster, but in the literature they say that give acyclovir because we have data of zoster only in pregnant patients only about acyclovir. We do not have data regarding valacyclovir, whether it causes fetal harm or how those pregnant patients respond to valacyclovir. We don't know. We do not have evidence regarding that. So even though theoretically it may be beneficial in pregnant patient also, but if you go with evidence, with data, they say don't prescribe valacyclovir in pregnant patients. Go for acyclovir, right? But I have not managed any case of zoster in pregnant patients. So I generally prescribe valacyclovir. And what does valacyclovir dose? What does this antiviral dose is that it hastens the resolution of the inflammation. When there is inflammation of the nerve root, there are vesicles eruptions, right? And that causes pain, and that can linger for a long time. That can go on for weeks, months, right? So if you give antiviral within 72 hours, it hastens the resolution. Those eruptions, those vesicles heal fast. And they also say that it decreases the risk of post-herpetic neuralgia. When the nerve is inflamed once with the virus, then this pain can persist for a long time, even can go on for 6 months, right? 7 months. Initially, I had seen one case that was elderly male. He had zoster in the intercostal nerve, and his symptoms got resolved in like a month, and he was asymptomatic like for 2 to 3 months, and after that he again started experiencing neuritic pain along the same distribution. So the symptoms can abate and it can go off. Patient can be asymptomatic for like 1 month, 2 months, and patient can again manifest neuritic pain. That is called post-herpetic neuralgia. When you have herpetic inflammation, zoster inflammation along the nerve root, even though the current symptoms subside, patient can manifest later neuritic pain. That is called post-herpetic neuralgia. And we have data, evidence that say that antiviral, if you give within 72 hours, it decreases risk of post-herpetic neuralgia. So post-herpetic neuralgia is very difficult to treat, right? We have to prescribe pregabalin, gabapentin, and even though patient may not be feeling relief with those, sometimes we even have to do nerve block with bupivacaine, local anesthetics, right? So that's why we give antiviral. So the main aim of giving antiviral is to prevent post-herpetic neuralgia rather than resolution of these current infections, right? We have data for both. It hastens the resolution and it decreases the post-herpetic neuralgia. So antiviral must if patient presents within 72 hours. But after, let's say, if any patient presents after 72 hours, then what will you do? Will you give antivirals or not? That depends, right? If it is younger patient, you don't need to give. But if it is older patients, age more than 60, then give, right? Because it helps in them as well. So in elderly, in immunosuppressed patients, in whom there is chance of dissemination of the zoster. So when one nerve root is involved, it can involve other nerve root as well if patient is immunosuppressed. So in those cases, we give antiviral, right? Even if it is the symptoms has crossed the 72 hours, right? And if the patient presents late, like when all the lesions are crusted, right, then antivirals not helpful. Don't give antiviral, right? Because there is no active virus infections along the nerve root. Those have subsided because the lesions are crusted, right? And what is the role of steroid? Can you give prednisolone 40 mg per day? Will it help hasten the resolution of the vesicles? There is mixed evidence regarding this. I have one experience of prescribing prednisolone, and in that patient it helped to heal the vesicles fast, right? So I had prescribed prednisolone along with valcyclovir, and it also decreased his pain, neuritic pain. I did not prescribe him pregabalin, steroid and only valcyclovir. So it also decreases pain and it also hastens the resolution, prednisolone. But as I told you that we have mixed evidence regarding use of glucocorticoids in zoster. And for neuritic pain like post-herpetic neuralgia, we prescribe, pregabalin, gabapentin, right? Those generally help for pain related to nerve inflammation.